Kia ora. So this is, I guess, an update on the work in progress that I shared just not too long ago. So what did I do? Firstly, I added some, added the hooks, or sorry, the spikes, horns, whatever you want to call them. Also repainted these areas that had been affected by the airbrush. So added some extra green here, moving to the yellow, green, moving to the yellow, or the yellow, and then repainting those for some pop. Did the all of the eyes. The eyes were a night sky phonetic paint with a maybe I think alien purple, and then one of the cool red colors, and then I went over it all with purple storm speed paint, so you can get just a little, you can see it, and you can just see the colors underneath it, and then I dotted it with a demonic yellow. Why? I don't know, I was just kind of playing around. I also used the demonic yellow to just to really bring out those highlights of those kind of jagged edges as they go into whatever that is, what the black hole, the I don't know, whatever it is. I don't want to go in there. It looks like a really scary butthole that will consume everything that it takes. Yeah. Anyway. So I'm kind of happy. I had a little bit of struggle here with this green because I forgot what greens it was. So I did a couple of colors of phonetic greens, and then I went over it with a bit of shamrock green and absolution green, and then dried brushed it. Then I started applying the absolution green over at other areas to try and show that there are different kind of greens around the whole area. So looks good. Finally, I've adjusted it with, I've sprayed it with this stuff, a satin varnish, because it felt like a little matte. So I've tried to bring it out a little bit. And like, this is what it was. And this is what I got. So, oh, wait, is it like that? Or is it like that? It's like that, eh? Oh, weird. Anyway, so I guess there's one little difference that I might not change is if you look at the spikes or the hooks, they are kind of like a purpley universe kind of color. I've got them just typical bone. Will I change that? Not too sure. Moving on, the dances of Azathoth. They're quite grotesque in here, and I've made them kind of, I think they kind of pop. So I had a bit of trouble with these. So when I initially airbrushed purple up into a 45-degree angle, and then the green down into a 45-degree angle. Then I started doing other greens, and then I realized eventually I just went all the way to eye level, and then this whole thing looked green. So I ended up manually hand brushing some purple and some magenta on the arms as they play the horn, and then just did some kind of phonetic greedy gold for the gold, and did some highlights for the eyes. I did mulberry wine with I surrounded the eye with an oak brown, and then just dotted it with that demonic yellow, and then I did some highlights of a rainforest green on phonetics paint. I kind of like it. I really like it. Like this one I was kind of concerned about. I really liked what Trehane miniatures did. Like it had this kind of iridescent effect kind of thing. I didn't quite get that. Well, maybe I have, depending on if you look at. But overall, I'm pretty stoked. I mean, at least people know what it is now. When you put it onto the table, they say, "Oh, that's like a squiggly monster that's playing a trumpet that goes through its head." Before, you didn't really know that. The Gugs, yeah, I've already talked about these. I guess just one thing to talk about. I found this video by who I'm assuming was a designer, and it had a 3D render that was in color, and it showed that these hands here were actually using like typical human flesh kind of color. So that was kind of my point of difference, is adding that to his hands, and so I think it looks kind of nice. Then we've got the Ghasts, which is kind of this is the first thing that I painted and the one that I'm least happy with. I just didn't really think it through. I really rushed it. It's pallid bone with a series of different colors on the back for the hideous back. So, but that said, I really can't be bothered for sorting that one out. So next up, I've got to figure out these guys. One thing is that it's almost batch painting, and I guess when I look at the cultists, I've seen lots of other people's videos that done it in red, but dude, I'm kind of seeing like a kind of magenta purple and an orange and yellow. So that might be the color scheme I go for. I might do a little bit of more research first before I jump on it. Then I'm actually quite scared. Well, I was originally scared of doing these guys because I see some of your paintings of these characters, and you do them so well. And I'm just like, how can I do that? Like with monsters, you kind of just like it's up to your imagination, but with people, you kind of got cloth. Some of these guys have like, I think this dude here, he's got like designs on his shirt, and I've seen some of y'all do actual designs on the shirt. Like, how much time do you have to be able to do that? Will I do that? I don't know if I don't think I have the skill, so I'm really impressed by the people that do that, but we'll see how that goes. Man, check out the dude's calves. But these guys are definitely up next. And then maybe when we have our game, because the game that I'm trying to set up for is I think it's episode 4, which has the Gug, the Ghasts, and I want to use Azathoth because my nephews haven't played them yet. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get to these guys, but I'm actually quite nervous about them. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll do one and be like, what the hell? This is easy. Because that one was like, what the hell? This is harder than I thought. I went to that guy. This is easier than I thought. And these guys ended up being easier too. Anyway, here's my update for now. Catch you up.